Hello designers. So for today's challenge, we are going to be designing with flowers. So you only have 24 hours to create your design and a $150 budget. So your time starts now.
Okay, I have to design this dress with flowers, very in my comfort zone. So I already have some sort of ideas fluttering around my head. So I'm just gonna start sketching and see what happens. I kind of don't know if I want to do a dress, but my first instinct was to do like a two-piece duo, like a skirt and maybe some sort of really cute either like bustier shaped top. I don't even know how to make one of those. My sewing skills are like pretty amateur. Like I can sew a lot of things. I'm definitely an overachiever, so even if I don't know how to do something, I'll be like, yeah, I can do that, you know? So I have a couple random ideas here that I kind of just threw together really quickly. So instead of doing like a dress, I think I'm gonna do a two-piece top, like a skirt and a top. So what I'm gonna do, instead of just like using the flowers to construct the dress, I think I wanna make a floral print dress that's literally floral print. Like the florals on the dress will be real flowers. So I'm thinking of getting like smaller flowers, pressing them, like you know how you can press flowers and make them like flat and kind of dry them out a little bit, and then sewing them, hand sewing them into a pattern on the fabric. I think that's a really good idea. So I don't know like how long it takes to press flowers. I don't think you need a full 24 hours. I've never done it before, but I'm pretty sure I can, especially if they're small flowers, I can probably like press them and let them sit for like 2 hours, because I don't want them, I was thinking like I don't want them to be completely dried anyways, because then they might be like crackly, and then when I try to sew them into the dress, they could break. Okay, let me show you, because I have a similar fabric down here. I kind of have an inspiration from this Dior skirt or dress. All my like fabrics down there. I have this fabric that it's like, see how it's mesh and the flowers are like sewn onto it. I kind of wanted to do something like this, but usually with the Dior skirt, they have those really cute like Dior shorts underneath because it's like the mesh, it's like a see-through skirt or dress, whatever it is like this. So I don't want to have to make a pair of shorts, so I want to do an opaque layer underneath. So I'm not sure if I should sew the flowers onto the opaque layer and then have like a flowy mesh like over the top, or if I should sew the flowers like this onto the tulle. I feel like would be the best idea. Okay, I've drawn something like this, which is really cool, but I think that that's going to take me way too long to make. So we're not going to go to Mood, but we are going to go to a Joann Fabrics. We're going to make this dress. So let's go.
Okay, leaving my house now. There's my office. I'm going to Joann Fabrics. Like I said, I'm a very fly by the seat of my pants person. I like to wing it, so I think I'll be fine. I'm just getting the two fabrics, the flowers, the zippers, and I have like all the basic necessities of like thread and all of that. Like I'm fine. So I think that's literally all I need to get. It's only like 11:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna be sewing all day. But let's go to the store. Okay, so this is definitely going to be my section here. There's a lot of options for the base. I'm really liking this one so far. See, this is kind of like what I have at home. So something like this, but a white one. They have this too, which could work. This is really see-through. It's even more see-through than the one I have at home, like that example fabric. Or this. The lace is really pretty, but you're not going to be able to see the flowers through that. Oh, look right here. They have this too. Oh, but this is too thick. Okay, so I found the two I think I want to use. This was the original first fabric I picked out. I ended up liking the best. And I found the actual just pure white mesh. And then I'm getting two white zippers. One 7-inch for the top, and then the 12-inch is going to be for the skirt. Okay, so I'm back in my car. From the receipt, I bought a couple random things for myself too, so I'm just like doing the math to take them off how much I spent. I spent $61 so far, and the budget's $150, and all I have to buy is flowers now. So I'm definitely good, because a bundle of flowers, like a whole bouquet of roses, is only like $8. If I'm only gonna get like 2 or 3 flowers, totally fine. Okay guys, I'm actually insane. So let me update you on what literally just happened. So I got my flowers at Acme. I got 2. I didn't get the ones that I wanted. I got these. They're like these light pink mini roses. And then I got these. Are these tiger lilies? I think. I only paid $5 for the tiger lilies and $9 for the roses. So I'm still on budget. But I really wanted baby's breath flowers, and they only had them in big bouquets. They didn't have like the baby's breath alone, and there were only a little bit. So I was like, I'm not gonna pay for these huge bouquets and only get like 2 sprigs of baby's breath. But I was like, where the heck else am I gonna find a place that sells flowers besides the grocery store? So I went and got my lunch, and I'm walking back, and like growing out of the sidewalk, like I just found them. And there was nobody else in the alleyway with me. So I plucked a whole bunch of them. I foraged them. They're with my lunch in the bag because I was scared someone was gonna just see me picking weeds off the sidewalk and be like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? So like I got a whole bunch of them. And yeah, I've got my fabric, got my flowers. We're gonna go home and I'm gonna sew my little butt off till I can't sew anymore.
So we're back now. Got my flowers. These are the gorgeous flowers I picked out. I'm gonna press the flowers first because I think that kind of takes some time. If I grab a book from here, I've got this book. Let's just try this because I've never done this before. Let me take this. Like this is cute in a whole itself, like to have one of those. So let's do some of these, like press them like that. This on top. I think that will be good, right? That should be good. Okay, next book. I've got one that actually has a flower in the title, which is very fitting. So let me see how I'm gonna press some of these roses. I love this actually. I'm gonna do some long with a little bit of stem on it. Oh, they're so beautiful like that. I feel bad, like just destroying them. I'm pressing these now. I'm keeping all of them kind of long and steady like that. I think these are probably going to press the best compared to the other flowers, just because they're the flattest, and I feel like this is a common flower that people like press for stuff.
Okay guys, and here are the rest of the 3 books that I did. I've got them just pressing over here.
See what this is gonna look like on top of the dress, just to get an idea. So this is kind of what it's going to look like with the mesh on top, which I'm liking. It kind of looks like a wedding dress, which is funny because I did buy these fabrics in the wedding section. Okay, we're on the floor now. My flowers are pressing here. Okay, so I tried writing it all here. This is what I've got. And then also kind of for the top. So I'm going to kind of explain this a little bit, but it's not going to be a tutorial or anything. So basically I've got my fabric folded, and it's folded long ways, so like it's open on each side here and the fold is here towards me. So you have to get the circumference of your waist. So basically the formula for that is C equals 2 pi r. Put that in with your own numbers of the size of your waist. And mine is 25, so I'm going to do that on here, find that, of course leaving 2 inches for the inseam, and the only other number you need to know is the length of your skirt, which I'm going to do 41 inches. So when you're folding it, make sure that the way that you're folding it this way, the lengthwise, is longer than 41 inches because you obviously need up here to take in the waist and everything, plus 2 inches of inseam. So I made sure it's just a healthy amount longer than 41 inches. And then I'm just going to mark all of that here and then cut it. And I need to do 2 of them because it's a full circle skirt. So folding it like this is just going to make one big half, and then I need to do it again. But that's pretty easy. Once you find out the first one and I cut it out, I'm just going to lay it on top of the rest of the fabric and cut it around the same shape. Okay, so basically to explain the math to you of how to find the circumference of your waist, measure your waist around, which I already know mine is 25, but measure it around and see your waist. You're going to divide that by 6.28, and that number is the circumference of your weight. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and at the top corner here, mine is 3.98, and then I'm just going to move it a little bit over and just make a bunch of little dashes, and then I'll connect them all later so they'll just have a straight line to see. Our 2 pieces here. We're ready to start sewing the skirt. So as you can see, there's going to be 2 seams to sew these together, a left seam and a side on both sides, a right seam. One side we're going to sew all the way completely up from top to bottom. The second side we're going to sew and keep the top 12 inches because I have a 12-inch zipper. So actually I'm going to sew that on before I do the whole side just because it's easier to get in there and put the zipper on first and then close the rest. Look at this. This is my skirt.
Okay, so I have a super weird issue here, but I'm gonna show you how I'm solving it. As you can see, the mesh fabric that I bought, I didn't check how wide it was. And for this pattern that I'm using to cut the shape of this, it wasn't big enough. I have enough excess on each side to cover that. So I'm basically gonna cut this here to size and then use these end pieces to cut to that size and then sew them. And I think I'm gonna use a certain type of stitch, and because it's mesh, I should be able to get away with you not seeing it very much, as well as obviously really good placement of the flowers. But I'm gonna do this, see how it looks. If it honestly doesn't look good, then I might just keep the dress plain and sew the flowers onto the dress. But I'm really hoping this works. So as you can see here, basically what I did was I cut the mesh fabric to the exact same kind of way that I did the skirt. Now, it looks a lot better than I thought. Like, you can't see any errors here, but where I didn't have enough fabric, you can kind of see on the back corners, like the patching where I had sewed it. So what I'm gonna do is basically, I guess, kind of like focus a lot of the flowers on those areas where you do see the patches. Maybe make it like a gradient or something. I'm not sure yet.
So I'm going to put my hair up now because we are getting into the real business. We are going to hand sew the skirt because the base of the skirt is finished. But as you can see, the sun's kind of going down and I'm getting a little nervous. I want to at least be like halfway done, you know? So I figured I'd finish the entire skirt before moving on to the top. So I'm going to check on all my flowers and see how they're looking, and then we're going to lay this out on the table, I figured. So that way I can lay the flowers out first and then see like what pattern I want, because I have no idea like how I'm placing them. And then once I get something I like, then I'll just start like hand sewing them on. And then the skirt should be done. I've got everything's finished. The zipper's on. Did I film the zipper? I don't even know at this point. I hope. So this is what they're looking like. Super cute. Just like shake them all out of the books.
I'm just sort of like randomly placing them. I'm not having as many like I thought I was gonna do a lot more than this. This is surprisingly 3 bouquets of flowers. It doesn't look like very much. So I don't want to do too much because then I don't want to like go ham on the front and then there's like not as many flowers on the back and it'll look weird. Hi you guys, a little update. I'm still hand sewing. So far I've only got 3 flowers sewn on. This is the 4th flower. This is definitely more difficult than I originally anticipated it on being. These flowers are more fragile than I thought and they keep breaking, but also the main problem is the mesh that I have, the holes in it are like really thick. So like the thread, like even when I tie knots, like it's just going straight through the fabric and not really holding them on. So I have to tie these ginormous knots, which are extremely hard to do with this really thin thread. Like if I had thicker thread, this would work, or a different type of mesh fabric. But, you know, we've got the first 3 on. It's not going terribly. But I also remembered I have to save even more flowers for the top because I have to do this for the top too, which is going to be fun. Okay guys, we've run into a minor problem, but after consulting with my friends of me having a mental breakdown on Snapchat video, I think we've come up with a solution. So basically, here's Mrs. Ma'am right there. Sewing the flowers onto the skirt is not working. So yeah, so the skirt was hard enough to sew because I'd never sewn a skirt before, but this I thought was going to be the easy part, and this is actually the hardest part. Basically, the flowers, I can't sew through them because they're too fragile and then they break. So I was basically going to sew around them and like entrap them in the thread, but that's not working because they're just like wilting over and they're falling out. Like they're not staying on the skirt. So my plan B is to hot glue them. Thank goodness I'm not actually on Project Runway. But you know, it's better to like continue but fail than to give up. That's the real failure there. I would say some like great philosopher who said that quote, but I don't know anybody who said that quote. I just made it up. So yeah, her and I have gone through some struggles today. We're frenemies now. We start off the day really good, but now I'm kind of mad at her. So yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go search for a hot glue gun. I think we have one in our kitchen. I'm gonna grab it. We're gonna heat that baby up and we're gonna glue some flowers onto the skirt. I can't believe this is what we've come to, but I really don't have another plan B option. Okay, hi. About 30 minutes later, I went on Google and I found a pattern for like a basic bustier top and cut them out. I almost did it wrong at one point. But yeah, so I cut these out. Hopefully it'll work. I'm going to put this on top of basically the scrap fabric that I have from the skirt. I have tons, so even if I mess it up, I have enough to like fix it. And we're gonna see how it looks. So I'm gonna cut them out to this pattern. This is the front, by the way. I don't know if you could tell, but that's kind of the shape that I'm doing.
So I'm gonna take one of my pieces, and again, I'm gonna leave like an inch extra of room. I'm not gonna cut like right on the line, so when I fold it over, to make all my lines clean, I'll have extra space. So I'm just gonna pin this onto the fabric.
Okay, hi guys, the top is now done. All I have to do is the flowers, but I don't want to show you the end result. I want to do like a grand showing of me like wearing and modeling the dress. So I'm gonna finish up the dress right now. Thankfully it did not take me all night to do this dress. I really thought I was gonna have to pull like an all-nighter or something, but it's not too late. I finished it. Well, I still have like the one thing to go, but that's probably only gonna take me like an extra half an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the dress right now. You guys will see it in the next clip, but to me that will be in the morning when I'm modeling the piece. And then we'll see how it turned out, because I haven't actually tried it on yet. I mean, I know the skirt fits, but I haven't like put the top on yet or seen how they look together or anything like that. And I haven't tried the skirt on since before I put the flowers on. So I haven't actually seen the full look either. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll go to bed, and then I'll wake up and I'll show you the dress.
So here is the finished project. I'm pretty proud of it. It's not perfect, but I mean, I'm just happy I didn't give up on it. What do you think of it, Mom? What would you rate it? Like 1 out of 10?
I actually would really rate it a 10.
You don't have to be biased.
No, I'm not. I really feel like this is a really huge attempt to do something so elaborate like this.
Out of my sewing league.
Yeah.
That was the main goal. I was like, I don't even care if it comes out good at this point. Like, I just want to finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy. I think it looks good.
Yeah. So you get a 10 just for pulling through, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Okay, so that is it. We are here with the finished look. I'm happy with how it turned out. You know, I love my little dress. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe I'll try another challenge or something like this because it was pretty fun. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more fashion and also lifestyle videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.